Hello, my name is Catherine, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about context, population, and sample in research. Focus on the quantitative method and my personal research, language anxiety. First part of this presentation is this mind map about the terms of interest of this video. The first part is the context, and the other two very important aspects are population and sample. In the context part, we are going to give a brief but very clear context or background of our study. It can include the target population, research location, and other aspects to give a very clear context about our research. What is population? Well, as you can see in the slide, the population are individuals with same characteristics. What does that mean? Sorry. Well, that means that the population is that group of people that have the same characteristics that are interesting for us. Is the group of people that we would like to work with to develop or study. But this group can be very, but very extended. So now it's going to talk about sample. Well, sample is the short part of that population. As you can see, is the representative of the population. Are those group of people that represents the population. They are from the same group, but as working with all the population will be very hard, we have to select some participants to work with, and that is the sample. And to select them, there are procedures. Those are sampling procedures. There are two options, the probability sampling and the non-probability sampling. In the probability sampling, we have random, stratified random, systematic, clusters. And in the non-probability sampling, we have quota, undimensional, snowball, convenience, or opportunity. That last one I'm going to explain it better later. Now, talking about my personal research, that is language anxiety, the target population I'm going to work with are students of English as a foreign language in Mexico. In this country, it's very common that beginners in the learning of English constantly present a series of problems or difficulties when they have to practice and produce the skills that are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. But the most difficult for them is speaking for some reasons that I'm going to explain later. The sampling frame was restricted to my city, and the sampling strategy I would like to apply is convenience sampling due to the accessibility and proximity that I have to the population. This population I'm going to work with are high school students of English as a second language. Why? Because one of those difficulties I already mentioned is the fear of embarrassment in the classroom when they have to produce in the language that can affect very, very hard the learning of that student or group of students. And the more specific the sample I selected from that population are first semester of high school students of English as a second language. I'm going to work with them for 14 weeks in 5 hours per Saturday with a professor who is going to implement presentation practice production instruction on a Tabasco State High School. More specific, in a language center designed to improve the acquisition of English. And that group of students are from first grade classes, approximately 30 pupils. And the sampling procedure is convenient sampling, as I mentioned preview, due to the accessibility and proximity to the sample group.